We're live. Yep. At 12:30, I'm Charlie Carty with
begin with.
I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational, but that just wouldn't be our style.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
SportsTownChicago.com. Lombard, part of the Be On Air network and available on the TuneIn app.
Yeah.
Broadcast home for Windy City Bulls and Chicago Dogs. We're in a league of our own.
at 12:30 p.m. I'm Charlie Carty with your SportsChicago.com update, powered by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com. Jerry Jones is in the early stages of replacing Mike McCarthy. A source close to the Cowboys owner said Monday he spoke with former Cowboys cornerback and current Colorado Deion Sanders. While an interview has not been scheduled, the two are expected to continue their dialogue. Jimmy Butler reiterated to Pat Riley that he still wants to be traded. Butler told Riley that he will not sign a new deal in Miami and intends to use his $52 million player option this offseason as trade leverage. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni gave a strong defense of A.J. Brown, saying he was definitely okay with the star receiver reading on the sidelines. Whatever these guys need to do to put their mind in a place where they can play with great detail and great effort, I fully encourage them to do that, Sirianni told 94.1 WIP. On a felony charge for allegedly stalking Caitlin Clark, appeared in court Tuesday and was immediately rebuked by the judge for talking. Lewis is being held on a $50,000 bail. This has been your SportsTownChicago.com update, brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com.
Full Court Press with your host.
Stop it! Did not do him like that! What are you doing, Michael? Did you not get the memo? There it goes. Can you go upstairs?
Charlie Carty.
Pedal under it at his 25-yard line, going to run left to the 30. Stagash at the 50, to the 40, the Broncos. He hurdles. Celebrate 20, 10, touchdown. 75 punt return. Devin Hester, you are ridiculous.
Nisa Ruiz.
That ball high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. Let's look up and put it on board. Yes.
We keep the pressure on people in the world of sports all day, every day.
Put him to the court right now. I'm not happening right now. Meet me on the floor ASAP. Come on.
History tonight. First father-son duo to play together in an NBA.
Welcome in. Jonathan Young here, coming to you from Full Court Press. That was the NBA starting up. It's going to be a great time here. We have a lot going on there on the show. Full Court Press. We have our good friend Charlie. Charlie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
Doing well. We have
excited
Lisa.
for the
Doing great. episode also.
It's gonna go down. Jermaine, how you doing, man?
Oh man, nice little afternoon show on. I'm excited.
All right. Well, my name is Jonathan Young. When .com. We'll make sure to answer out for you guys. First show of the Charlie, man. We gotta kick the show off right, man. I'm a little old, you are, Charlie, but we always have good banters here at school, back and forth. We always talk about LeBron versus Michael Jordan, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Who's the GOAT? I want to give a shout out for that last clip that will be on YouTube. Thanks a lot for letting us use that. I will get a question out to you guys. If Mike was in the NBA today, how many points would he average a game? I'm gonna say 40 points. That's my answer. He averaged 34 a whole season when times were a lot harder. They fouled a lot harder. Hand checking was allowed.
There was no 3-point shot.
There's a 3-point shot, but he didn't use it. He didn't need to.
Now he would, man.
He
would. He needed to add 40, but he would 23s a game.
He averaged 35
without
the three.
In today's game,
it's easier to attack.
He would
rim,
have
man.
to be
like
Chuck.
you can't forearm, can't hitch, none of that.
Well,
you can't touch the person. The person, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is so efficient. He ain't got jumper
because he's mastered how to get to the line, manipulated the game.
No, he
the great
the rim, which is what Mike would do. That's and his favorite. Oh man, Mike would easily average. But we want to see. We want to see. See, we already the show, and we can't even get off the run of the show before we get it. It's gonna be a heated debate. I'm really looking forward to this. We got honors today at Bulls trading for Zach and Vooch. Have you heard anything about that, John? Man?
I heard of him being traded for like the past 3 years now. I'm getting kind of sick of it. I'm not gonna say I'm getting sick of it. I want to say, but for the future himself and.
Okay.
I did. It was amazing. I think I was going for the Rams the whole time. So, and then also
well, in the last topic is going to be the Bears. They have a new option for their stadium. If you guys heard about this, there's a new option, but let's kick it off right, Charlie. let's kick it off right, man.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's get into it.
All right, so
I feel like you guys just
all right, Charlie. So what is
wins, but rather a consistency of I would rather take this guy because I know he's going to be here for 20 years, not in one place, you know what I mean? But my definition of a GOAT is someone who makes everyone around him better.
Okay.
And I think LeBron's the best at doing that all the
you
time.
you just killed your whole argument before we started.
Oh, I'm gonna add on to that.
And the reason you killed it, man, is because if he made everyone better around him, he would have had to go before 5 different teams.
Okay, he's able to go. Exactly. He's able. No. He's able to go wherever and turn them into a championship finals appearance team. Because when every team he's been on, he took to the chip. Every single team, regardless of situation, regardless of how young the other players were or the lack of all-star talent, he's been able to then dropped into any situation and succeed.
There's a difference.
Go play on the biggest stage.
There's a difference between he didn't see a whole new team, the ship 3 more times, not two.
I think it's the discredit of okay. So the things you nobody was picking Cavs against Warriors. How many of those years? You know what I mean? But
in the league,
yeah,
Nets,
literally worse.
It's actually is Loki's pretty sad. But the thing is, I'll bring that.
Yes,
I
but
don't
winning, you still have to.
I want to win.
You have to win how many playoff series to evolve?
I don't want to.
He's one of 2 teams left in the league at the end of the year. That's an accomplishment.
Because if he did, he wouldn't still be here. I mean, I think he's up against his own personal record at this point. Like, he's trying to be, obviously, like MJ, you know, because if he wasn't,
he broke all his records, but he still got gas.
Time 20 some years, but who win in the NBA? Not,
it is
not
and,
into the finals.
And who's been to more? I mean, the wins for the competition. You have to surrounding.
Yes,
like you.
Yes,
nobody expected them to even go.
But
he is willing dudes from the.
Who is BJ Armstrong?
Bulls point guard, number 10.
Is he an average or below average player?
Below average.
Okay, Horace Grant.
and Michael
Horace Grant,
below average.
Bill Cartwright,
below average. All these
all
dudes
of
are
the
below
players
average.
that were on the
You're
Bulls
correct.
team, Mike raised their level of play to succeed, not to win the regular season, but to win a championship six times.
And then when he was done, the team
In a
was still
row.
productive.
If I'm a say,
They didn't win. It's a difference
They didn't
between
win the
being
championship,
productive.
but they weren't the worst team in the league.
It-
They're not going from 1
it-
to 30.
They did. There is one championship every year. Every other team is losers. There's no
Which is
participation trophies.
But not one man can win any championship.
Well, if he was on that team with two separate teams, because the only returning player was Pip from both teams, and he was the only good. He was the only good All-Star with him.
And Pip,
How many All-Stars
Kyrie Irving
has
and Kevin Love, and they're not touching Pip.
Dwayne Wade,
He's a different
Anthony
story.
Davis? Come on, man. Michael
Pip is better
Jordan.
than Davis.
Michael Jordan was the focal point every single time down the court.
Yes.
He got doubled every single time. You cannot tell me LeBron James was the focal point on
the
defense.
whole 2018 season. The whole
No,
2018
he
season.
wasn't.
What?
He wasn't.
Because bro,
Kyrie? Come on, man.
No.
Bro.
2018. So this is the year Kyrie left when he went to Boston.
Uh-huh.
So this is when LeBron went on his solo whole revenge tour type
Mhm.
thing. The whole entirety of playoffs, disgusting. You had not the Timberwolves. This is a couple games before the season ended when LeBron hit that game winner against the Timberwolves. Everybody was on him, and especially that whole series with the Pacers. I believe it was first and second round. The whole Pacers versus Cavs. That was all LeBron too. They were
Yes,
all on
bro.
LeBron. And then excuse me. Don't let me get started on the whole Eastern Conference Finals that year, which is the Cavs and Celtics with the young Jason Tatum. I think it was his rookie year too. Everybody was on LeBron because all he had was Tristan
with
Thompson.
Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. So like,
Wait,
no,
you
that is
you
a-
said they had who?
they had a young Jason Tatum.
Oh,
I think he was just drafted.
okay. Well,
But-
Mike stuck there with just Pip and waited until Pip got ready. And do you know what happened when he had one other player with him?
They beat
Six rings.
They beat a 90-year-old Magic Johnson, man.
What about how many top 50 greatest players in the NBA on that 50 list don't have a ring because of Michael Jordan?
Yeah, no. I mean,
A lot.
you're right, but
A
that's
lot.
the era.
How many
You can't-
people ate on LeBron James' watch?
What do you mean LeBron James watch?
What do you mean?
Nobody on LeBron James watch. Maybe LeBron James teams because
No.
there's 4 other players on the court.
Right.
There's only
But-
one other dude.
Right. And there was only one other dude with Mike, but we call that Mike's watch. So how many people ate on Mike's watch?
I never will say that that's due to one player. It's a team sport. There's 5 guys on the court at all times. I think LeBron elevates all the rest of the 4 way more than Mike does.
If he did,
Way
he
more.
would have won rings.
He makes
not
play.
get to the championship. He would have won rings. If you make people better, Michael Jordan stayed in Chicago. It whooped his first few years here in Chicago.
So he got that help.
He didn't, not until he got the help, because Pippen was drafted and didn't develop until a year or 2 later. And do you know how he developed? He worked with Michael Jordan.
LeBron doesn't make dudes better.
He left to go get rings. The reason nobody ate during Mike's time was because Mike stayed. Mike stayed here and he wanted to dominate. He didn't say, hey, let me go hook up with Karl Malone. He didn't say, hey, Gary Payton, why don't you come to Chicago? He
When
wanted
did
to
LeBron go
dominate.
hook up with KD?
He wanted to. He
Bro.
would right now if he could. What you mean?
What do you mean he would right now, bro? He could.
If LeBron
been.
James could hook up with KD right now,
He goes to the best market. He is just the smartest businessman. You got to think about everything outside of just the game.
No.
I mean, the Jordan brand is huge. I can't argue with that.
All right. Man, the
I'm
GOAT
with
debate.
You, JD. We old school, so of course we're gonna be all about.
Well, yeah,
Michael Jordan.
I gotta
and
preface that. Like,
that's the thing.
really,
I
my
don't-
argument.
I really don't even think it's an old school new thing.
I think it
Well,
is.
it is.
It's about-
It is.
At the end of the day, my argument's
You just-
invalid.
you
I
stuck
never
in the-
watched Mike play.
Right,
And
and that's
really,
the thing.
even when
So-
LeBron was drafted, I still wasn't even.
But see,
And what
but
was
see,
that
that's the
Netflix,
thing. That's the thing.
documentary about
But that goes
Michael
to show,
Jordan?
bro.
Have you guys watched that?
Oh, you talking? Yeah, you talking about The Last Dance?
Yes. If you watch just that, you will see how iconic
Okay,
his role is.
All I have to say-
there's a difference between the GOAT and your GOAT. Your GOAT might be LeBron James, but he's not the GOAT.
And
LeBron
your
James will
GOAT,
tell you.
you can't
goat
go
is
left.
Mike. Yeah.
If that was the case, he would have never beat Detroit because Detroit changed their whole philosophy. The NBA changed their rules because of Michael Jordan.
You think teams aren't scheming against LeBron? Like, bro, how do you even?
No, I
Because
don't.
it's impossible.
No, I do
Because
not
it's an
think-
impossible task.
I
You
do
can't
not
build
think
your team to
teams
beat LeBron.
Scheme
You can't.
against LeBron because LeBron James doesn't make you scheme against LeBron.
Because he makes the perfect play. That's right there.
Well, if he made the perfect play, he would have 6 rings. He has 4 rings.
He's been to 10. I mean,
and he's lost 6. That's
the
terrible.
team
That's
around
an
him-
F. That is an F.
You've been to more.
Who cares? This is participation. This is what I'm talking about. With the newer age, it's participation awards.
It is not
I
no
didn't get
participation
awards
making
in
it out
school.
the East. You were the best team out the East.
But you lost.
Or the best team out the
It
West.
don't matter. You
No,
lost.
You're the
You
best team
lost.
out of 16.
It don't matter. If you go to
Bro,
this
it's not
fight
just getting
and
there,
you
though.
get
He wasn't
knocked out,
just willed there. He is pulling teams there.
it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter if you don't win
All
a
right.
championship. The end all be all
So
at the end
champions
of
don't
the
mean-
year.
Yeah.
The end of the year, they have one champion. No, MVP player of the year. Offensive. No, he didn't. There's only one player in the NBA that's ever won Finals MVP, regular season MVP, scoring title, and
Did he
Defensive
podium?
Player of the Year. One player. He did
LeBron
it
shoulda got a
4
defense.
times.
KD's one defensive player of the year from that. I'm just saying.
4
Yeah,
times. 4 times he's done it, Mike.
Well, yeah. You
No
can't
other
argue with
player
that.
has done it.
You can't argue with that. But willing
Come
a
on,
team,
man.
man. Willing
Come on,
teams,
man.
these
Hey.
bum rosters. You can't argue with that.
Bum-
You can't argue with the
Bulls had- the
longevity.
Bulls had
You can't
such-
argue with the drawn
Bulls
out
had-
success.
the Bulls
and it's
had-
forever.
The
And
Bulls
he's
had
still going.
the Bulls had role players.
So
And
does
one guy.
every team
Yeah, every team
LeBron
LeBron
has ever
had.
been on. Every NBA
What?
team
Anthony
ever has
Davis
role
was
players.
arguably the best player on that team when they won their championship.
Oh, and you have Lance Stevenson dropping 30. Like, what?
I didn't say Lance Stevenson, did I? I said Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis scored the most points, bro. If you take LeBron off that team, what do you think they're doing? You think they're still in
They're
the
still making the
finals with
playoffs.
Heat?
They're still making the playoffs.
No.
They're still making the playoffs.
What did the Pelicans
Who
do with
cares
AD?
if you
For
don't
how
win a
long?
championship? You lost just like every other team. So getting to the finals don't mean
He
nothing.
didn't lose with the Lakers. He won that.
If you took him off the team, they would have did the exact same thing though that every
No.
other team had done.
If they take
No.
off the Lakers, it's gonna look 20 what?
They made the playoffs years as make the playoffs don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
But he's not just in the playoffs.
It's
He is at the
championships.
highest level.
It's-
He's making
it's-
championships.
He's made 4.
He's made 10 and
No.
8 in a row.
He's
8
lost
in a row.
6. He's lost 6. How many
The
has Mike
team
lost?
has lost 6.
How many has Mike lost?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So the debate will always be a debate. But one thing that isn't a debate is one Chicago team has a very valuable pieces to move, and they haven't done anything as of yet. Full Court Sports will be right back.
SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just a small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three, and it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
St. Patrick's Day, the only day of the year that it's okay to not boo the Boston Celtics.
I will show you mercy.
SportsTownChicago.com.
Welcome back. Jonathan Young for press with the charge, Jermaine. Well, that last segment got heated. That last segment got heated. That was a segment though. I love. Man, we could have did the whole show.
Yeah.
We really could have did the whole show on LeBron.
Oh yeah,
but we're not going to. We're going to keep things moving though right along. We have the Bulls trading Zach LaVine and Vucevic. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but forever the Bulls have been talking about trading Zach LaVine and Vucevic. But recently it's picked up a lot. It's picked up recently, and I feel like now is the perfect time to make that trade. What you guys think?
I will say, if the for trading stock wise, I think next full they're up to might see, but if things line up, we might see Butler back in the Bulls. I think that might be a little trade.
That would make
Jimmy
me
Butler back in the
happy.
Bulls.
Jimmy Butler.
I'm just saying, like, like I said, if LaVine continues to play like, I don't see any wrong with LaVine being on the Heat. Just because I'm like, their game is similar because Jimmy Butler is more. I'd say he plays like Michael Jordan, kind of how just spot up shooter by mid-range shooter. But I don't see anything wrong. I genuinely think how the Bulls are to the Heat. I just think the Heat has more efficiency when they play.
I don't think I've heard that one, man. Jimmy for Zach.
How do you think they fit with like Tyro and
I think it might work.
All dominant guards.
They are. But say it like this: if Levine can do not how Curry plays, how he like a pick and screen and do that.
But you mean like the move it?
Yeah, do that. It might work. But like Hero's a very ball, like I don't want to say ball hog with the ball. I think Levine can off ball, and get his value there.
Oh no, I can't believe and just agree with that. Okay, the last 2-3 years to the talk how ball dominant Zach LaVine is, because when he had DeMar DeRozan with him, whenever he shoots the ball stopped moving. Now it's easier this year not having DeMar with him, but every time the ball goes into Zach LaVine, it's like, oh, like the ball's not going to come back out. You might see he's averaging like 3-4 assists, so he is still getting assists, but he is very ball dominant.
Yeah, I mean, which is also, I mean, he needs to realize that's not his role, right? You know what I mean? He needs to be the 2 or 3. I mean, to be productive, he's just not one. He's not your best championship player. You know, he's not the best player on a championship team. So you need to find that.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem with him. He get paid like he is the best. He's really, like you said, a second or third option.
He's the best player on the team right now. But in the ideal scenario, he's like a 2 or 3 and not your lead guy, because like a game would just.
Let me get a question out for a second. So let me get a question out. Zach LaVine is having one of his most efficient seasons of the year. He's shooting almost 50% from 3, and he's scoring at a high clip. So my question is as the audience is, can Zach LaVine be moved now, or do you not want to trade him out? Which people value is trending up towards that spot, that number one. Me myself, I would trade Zach because he doesn't play defense.
Probably want to trade him.
I
don't want to trade him.
He doesn't play defense, and that's my biggest issue. He does everything else, but when you score 24 points, but you let the player score 16,
out, like
he
almost.
He lets the opposite team get the lead on us.
He has the potential to be a number one guy. It's an effort thing, in my opinion, with Zach LaVine. It's an effort. If he wants to get in, okay. How many times have you guys ever seen Zach LaVine dive on the ground for a loose ball? Going to the stands trying to save a ball.
Never.
He doesn't.
He could do better for that $32 million.
It's the effort.
Yeah.
And you can't teach someone effort. You can't coach it. It has to be there or not. So with that being said, I would trade Zach right now while his value is the highest. Now, the bad thing is that Zach could go somewhere else and average 28 to 30 points a game. He could go somewhere else and literally average 28 to 30 points a game.
So it's like Portland, or where would he go?
Man, if he goes, okay, if Michael Porter Jr. is averaging over 20 points, playing alongside.
Oh, yeah, I would love Zach LaVine on the Nuggets.
That's what the biggest trade. Going to trade Zach LaVine there unless we get Michael Porter back. So it stalled a little bit. My point is that if Zach LaVine has value now to where teams are saying he could be a piece, don't be afraid to bite the bullet, because you know that Zach LaVine is not going to hit 28, 30 points in Chicago. He's not going to be that high of a scorer. He hasn't been his whole career. So since he hasn't done that here already, trade him, get a better draft pick, and hopefully that lottery pick player will be that number one pick. You normally don't get the best player given to you in a trade or free agency. You usually have to draft that best player.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're always in the middle of the pack or towards the end of the pack,
you're never going to have that high pick to get that top prospect.
Exactly.
You're just stuck in that hole.
And I like Zach. I do. I like Zach. Vooch, but
Right, they're just good enough to where you're not worse. You know what I mean? Bottom of the barrel, but obviously it's not equating to playoff success. But you're just good enough to where you're not going to get that number one pick, or you know what I mean, a high one. But
that's what hurts them.
Yeah,
The
that's what you
Bulls,
need. You need that tank here.
So they play the Pelicans tonight, and I think I would rather have seen Levine get traded instead of.
I like
Exactly.
Javonte
I like the way
Green.
his ball.
Yeah, but he probably only averaged like 4 points a game max. Like,
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't want the 20 points.
Yeah, but if you
take the 20 points off Zach, I don't care. Take them.
Yeah, but if you're swapping Javonte Green for
I
Zach right
don't.
now,
Yes, that's what
that
I
makes
want.
the team way worse, and that's
Exactly.
A better pick.
So what is that's what we want. We just said that.
I'm feeling.
As a team, it does make you worse because you're missing that 20 something. But that's opportunity for Io DeSumo. That gives Kobe White more opportunities, Lonzo Ball more opportunities.
You got to get worse before you get
THT,
better, yeah.
Taylor Horton, like these are young guys that want to excel. Not saying Levine doesn't want to excel. He does. He's come back from multiple injuries. He wants to be successful, but for whatever reason, he doesn't have that effort, that drive that really takes level. Trades don't always work out for both teams.
And speaking of, though, real quick, like players that could, be in light if Levine wasn't on the team. Jalen Smith, for instance, the other night when they played the Wizards, he got 10 points in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Opportunity is big. And with players on your team,
any opportunity on our team is.
well, not now. Not with Zach and Vooch there because they're taking all the shots.
Yeah.
That's why we
That's
got
what I mean. There's opportunity in the players,
Right.
if we didn't have these
Yep.
two men
Yep.
getting on
100%. 100%.
And the money, like,
That's true. Yes,
that's
the
probably the
highest
biggest
paid
part.
players
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah.
Just the relief, the cap relief you would get
And
from.
they give Vooch too much. His head is so now that they're comparing his stats to Michael Jordan, like you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yep. Trades don't always work out for both teams, but one case it did. Stay here, full court press. We'll be right back.
For sports, SportsTownChicago.com. Scoreboard update.
108. I'm Nisa Ruiz with your SportsTownChicago.com update, powered by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com. Despite terrible conditions in their home of LA, ravaged by fire, last night the Rams beat the Vikings in an unexpected victory. In a dominant defensive effort, the Rams took a 24-3 halftime lead en route to a 27-9 win over the Vikings in the NFC wildcard round. The game was moved to Arizona's State Farm Stadium due to the fires, and the Rams play the Eagles Sunday, January 19th on NBC. Bears management requested a head coach interview with Packers coordinator Adam Stenovich, per source. Mike McCarthy will not return as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and McCarthy is set to interview this week for Chicago Bears head coaching job. Just 1 week after permission to speak with McCarthy was denied, eyes are still on Ben Johnson as primary choice for head coaching position of the Chicago Bears. Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks played the Flames Monday night, and the Blackhawks played the Flames Monday night and did not win that game. However, Connor Bedard's goal gave him his 100th NHL point. Pelletier scores twice as the Flames cruise the 5-2 win over the Blackhawks. This has been your Chicago Sportstown update, powered by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com.
This is your home for sports. Red left. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those Vaughn brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
In the quarterback league. It has been, it still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Welcome to the 100th season of the National Football League. Tonight is not about the league. It's about football. It's about the players, the fans, the moments, and everything else that makes you say,
Oh boy.
Let's go! No can do, cowboy. Here we go now. Come on, DG. Damn, B.
Y'all know I have more yards than they do.
All right. Hey, welcome back. Windy City, Full Court Press. Had my show mixed up. Had my show mixed up there for a second. Full Court Press in the building. First show. I'd like to give a shout out to that last clip. That was the NFL returning, and we are definitely returning with NFL action. So the trade that I was speaking of was Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. And ever since that trade happened between those two teams, it was two quarterbacks that were good but couldn't get over the hump. They were just good. But ever since two have been traded, the Detroit Lions and the Rams have totally changed their whole both teams. So even though trades usually don't work out for both teams, usually there's one, just you see the winner. You know who the winner of the trade is. And that's one trade where you really don't know who is the winner. And the Rams played the Vikings this week, and
It was interesting, to know that their whole town is on their homes are gone, right? Devastated. They don't know what they're going back to
in LA.
And even though everything going on, they moved the game to Arizona, to the State Farm Stadium, and they played a game. And I think everybody thought the Vikings were gonna take this game.
Well, the Vikings were 14-2.
Right.
They only lost 2 games. But it was cool because the Rams so much pain out to make sure at the middle of the field, like the NFL. The Saints had their little hurricane thing going down.
Oh yeah.
This is why I feel the NFL it makes you invested in the game. Even though you're not, if you had a house here in Chicago and your house burned down and you saw the Rams win, that touched your story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You had a piece, a connection with that team. And in the NBA, you just have stories of like bad things. There's not no real hit home. I mean, okay,
there's good and bad stuff.
There was
magical,
but I mean, just on normal though. This is why the NFL was able to flex on the NBA for the Christmas game.
Yeah.
Every Christmas year, every time for Christmas, it's the NBA. Always.
Yeah.
I never heard of a football game. They flexed on them once. They did it twice. Could have did it 3 times. They lucky the NFL was being nice and then give them a night game too. Because they could have.
Oh yeah.
They could have. The
NFL
right
built
now
the
is
spot.
I don't know. That Warriors the Lakers game was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
No, but NFL definitely does have Thanksgiving in the bag, and I'm really grateful for that, just because it's kind of a tradition at this point. You sit down, watch, the games going on while you eating dinner with your family. Yeah. I appreciate that. That's why
still be chanting his name.
I hear you. But the Rams and Vikings, it was a blow. It was 27-9. A lot of people had picked the Vikings to flat out win. They
parlay.
Yeah. There was a lot of bets messed up. Sam Darnold in that game, yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That defense for the Rams was all in his butt the whole game.
Flying around.
Yeah.
Making plays like crazy.
Joe JJ.
Wow.
I was saying that literally, like, they
Why
felt
didn't the
that.
Chargers give that same energy? Then I'm
Was not a joke.
So if the Rams actually tough game
Yeah,
for them,
definitely could
that's going to be a
happen,
tough game.
definitely,
But
yeah.
like it can happen. We'll get to see.
Well, look at we just seen
We'll-
last night. We
Yeah,
didn't expect that.
yeah. We'll get to see Goff and Stafford at it again.
Oh man.
NFC. Home is going to be like, if you don't know where your home's going to be, it's not easy.
Chicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com. Bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three, and it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
St. Patrick's Day, the only day of the year that it's okay to not boo the Boston Celtics.
I will show you mercy.
SportsTownChicago.com.
Status is we're continue to make progress. I mean, we have a plan. We stay focused still to be able to be in the ground, start construction sometime in 2025. There's a lot of activity that's still going on. We're having regular meetings with key business leaders, key politicians, just staying focused and on course. You know, this is a long journey. On any of these stadium projects, you try to make it as straight of a journey as you possibly can. But this takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. I've been there before. And so we're exactly where I thought we would be at this point in time.
All righty, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'd like to give a shout out to Chicago Bears, Kevin Warren on Chicago or Arlington Heights. Reach out to me, JJ Young, Windy City Sports Nation. Let me know what you guys think. Me personally, I want to see the for their buck. If that means they have to leave the city to get all their money, leave. On head coach the whole franchise career. Do you know why? Because they don't have the money to pay $15-20 million a year. But they should, because they are one of the highest revenue franchises in the NFL. Right. But the problem is that all revenue they make doesn't go in their pocket.
It goes in your taxes. No. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't live in the city, right? But I'm a Chicago resident, so I'm okay with them staying right here.
But the Bears are going to stay where they are. They're going to stay. They're never going to get any better.
I think it's going to affect opportunity city as far as the transportation. So when people go to these stadiums, most time they take public transportation. And let's be real about outside of the city, the Pace bus runs, you know what I mean, every so often. I just feel like there's a reason why it should be in the city local. It's not the city Bulls up in the arena. This is not the Windy City Bears. You know what I mean? I go there.
I'm add on to that. You said you're in C, right? But you know how treacherous it is to drive down.
That's public transportation.
Yeah, no. Well, just from experience, trying to get to a Bears game, you'd have to park 2 miles away just to get through. Even if you just drive in
public transportation.
Yeah, to be on the side of not that they have to move. Just I can see the possibility of it being a benefit to move, just because. People traffic and car traffic, vehicle traffic is just bad around the campus, and then
the suburb traffic gets intense too.
But just with that much people, like a lot of it's a lot of people that
I feel like it's
stadium.
Both. Like it's pros and cons to either one. But I just feel like they need to make. I don't know the site the proposed site, the Michael Reese.
Yeah, that's the new
hospital.
So. I don't know if fans out there know, but there was a new proposal by Illinois Speaker Chris Welsh to keep the Bears in Chicago. And what he proposed was a $466 million help towards the Bears building their stadium if they keep it in Chicago at the Michael Reese site.
And that's 200 West Madison. So if you're not familiar with the city, that is literally walking distance to Wacker Drive. It's off of LaSalle and Madison. So.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. Okay. If they move to Arlington Heights, if they do, I saw some of the doggone blueprints for this stadium they building. Okay. Now y'all know
obviously it would be more grand.
Yeah, y'all know it's cold in Chicago. It's cold. They called it the Windy City for a reason. It's cold. Now, in some of these blueprints of this, you could drive to the stadium in in shorts and t-shirt in the winter. Get to the parking garage. From the parking garage to the stadium, they got heated tunnels, conveyor belt, and the thing move you to the stadium. You ain't even walking.
Oh man, you're like a player at that point.
So I'm
just not even
saying,
a fan.
This is just the type of things that you can have with a newer stadium built out of Chicago. Because if they stay in Chicago, you still gonna have to pay the park district.
Yeah, it's the same problem that they got right now. Yeah.
And I love the fact that they are in Chicago because they are the Chicago Bears. Soldier Field, if they stay in Chicago, I want them to stay at Soldier Field. I don't want them to move to the Michael Reese. I don't want them building no new stuff. Fix Soldier Field if you're going to stay in Chicago. If you're moving, give me a whole new stadium, top of the line.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you in the city or are you out?
I'm
the only one I feel like that's in the city, and we already have so many issues. Like that's a politic thing. So I just felt like that little bit of revenue that we get from the Bears is needed for our taxpayers. You know what I'm saying? For our middle class people that mostly
Forget y'all. Forget y'all.
You know what? I'm gonna stick up for us here. Because they're all right here in the suburbs.
Thank you for that. I believe you. But back to coaching thing going on too. So it's cool. It's cool talking about the stadium, but who's going to be the next Bears head coach?
Everybody wants Ben Johnson to be the next head coach, but it's a long list of possible suspects. No, I'm just kidding. Possible people that are going to be the next head coach.
Some candidates.
There you go.
Yeah, my biggest thing is that he said that they are even willing to trade now for a head coach.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So if you're willing to trade,
now they're getting thirsty.
No, it's not being thirsty. It's being picky. You're ultimately choosing the best. If they were being picky, they would say, okay, this is our group. We got to pick from this group. If they're saying we want the best, they're saying, I don't care if he's on another team or not. I want him. We going to try to trade for him.
Which is the exact mindset you ought to have, bro.
If they've had this mindset from the beginning, oh my goodness, man. But that's good that they have it now. You know, they might not trade for a head coach. You don't want to give up draft equity for something that you don't have to necessarily, you know, but just hearing them saying, hey, I'm willing to do this to make this team better says a lot from a standpoint outside looking.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at this head coach trade, I believe it was Sean Payton, the Broncos, and their playoff appearance in like 4 years. With a rookie back. Yeah, exactly. Like clearly, it shows that trading for who's already on contract with another team. Obviously, another team is already paying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been interesting to see next the head of Bears cooking carousel, but they're actually today. This was a great.
MADXN on Instagram.
Alrighty. Miss Nisa, where can we reach out to you and get your information or chat what you at?
You can find me at T Winnie.
Donnie, and I ask you if Brian reach out.
Even some questions in there.
All right, thanks a lot, you guys. Next week we will be. Oh, I'm sorry, ain't no next week. In 2 days on Thursday. We will be back in the studio for show number 2. Trade, if he's still in Chicago or not, and we'll be talking about Bulls, Bears, Sox, and Cubs, and more. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. You have a great day.
This is your TownsHow.com.
Are you ready?